Do not be
Let me finish.
condescending.
No, you said you are a student.
No. Do not be
Let's
condescending.
calm down, guys. Let's
Allow
calm
me to
down.
finish.
No, do not be
Allow me to
condescending.
finish.
Was he condescending or
Allow
not?
me to finish.
He's telling you what.
What's your homework?
I am surprised.
Yeah, he's telling you.
Is that
No, but
condescending?
you're asking a question about anti-Semitism in a way as if you don't know what it is.
No, be condescending.
You said
I asked
you
him
are
that.
a
He said yes.
student willing to learn. I'm simply directing you. You can do that at home later. That is what I mean. No offense intended. Don't take that into offense. Secondly, once you know what anti-Semitism is defined by the Israeli lobby, for example, do you think you have the right to go and use what they think is anti-Semitic against them and just be anti-Semitic according to their criteria?
Right to offend.
Do you have the right to offend? Yeah. Would you do that in Israel?
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Anyway, so now
What's your point?
my point is.
His point is you'll be locked
now-
up if you do that.
No, my point
Yeah,
is-
I don't have to agree with their laws.
No, but whether you agree or not, you'll still be locked up.
Yes, but
So
that's wrong.
your
That
agreement
doesn't
is
mean-
pointless.
But that's wrong.
What makes that wrong?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what does it
Because
mean?
it's
Okay,
infringing
I think we
on
should
my
come back to
freedom
the conversation
So now
about.
you're
of-
saying.
my freedom of speech.
So you're saying what is right and wrong depends on what you consider to be infringement of your.
In language, yes. For what I language choose for myself is my decision. You don't get to tell me I don't use
So
the word
right and
fucking
wrong
because you
Right-
don't like it.
So right and wrong comes from you in a particular way that you
For
feel.
myself, yes.
Yeah. So for example, if you feel that it's wrong to speak to you, it's wrong, right? Everyone should consider it's wrong to speak to you.
No, for them.
No.
No.
For you.
No, you're making this mistake because that's religious mentality where you try
Religious
to.
mentality.
Yes.
Here comes
where
the
you
condescending now.
Try to impose. I can because you started it.
So
Where
two
you
wrongs make a
try
right.
to impose. No, I'm just giving it back as good as I can.
Oh, you got
where
it quite
you-
good actually.
Where you try to impose your mentality on others.
I'm not
not gonna do
imposing.
that. No,
I'm simply
you
asking. Asking.
I'm saying
This-
what I'm choosing for myself is for me. I'm not telling you that's true. I'm
Can you
saying
do that in
that's-
any society?
That's for me.
In today's society, in
It's-
any society, can you
It's
do?
so hard to believe.
Okay, let me
for
ask you a simple question.
Really?
Simple question. Can you decide what is right and wrong in any society yourself? You individually.
No.
So you live in a world that doesn't really exist in your reality. Because you're saying there is no society in planet Earth which will agree with you what is right and wrong.
Yeah, we don't have to be. Disagreement is good. It's beautiful.
It's good.
understand what you're
Try
saying.
it.
You said, I decide what is right and wrong.
For
But
me.
For you, yes.
Yes.
But you live in
Finish that.
societies which doesn't care about you.
But they align. When I choose something for myself and then 100 other people choose that for themselves, that aligns and then you create a community based on that. How is that so
So
hard to
you're saying if a
understand?
majority agrees on something that's good?
No.
So based on what then?
No, it's
don't understand your
still
point, man.
subject to change. Why? Really?
No, I'm not asking about subject to change. I'm asking you that if the majority agree on certain thing, whether moral or immoral,
How do you know
yes,
something is
do you
right
weigh
or
it up
wrong?
or not? Do you weigh up the differences
Based on
on
what?
moral and immoral?
Based on what is right and wrong?
I choose it for myself, yeah.
Yeah,
I
based on
think.
what?
So
If
you
it's causing happiness, pain, suffering, all of these
Right.
emotions.
So if now all of the people think that, okay, we are going to lock up all the white people in prison because that's how it makes us happy, it's okay, right?
No. That's
You just-
causing suffering. You compare that. Why
Listen,
don't you
listen,
see
listen.
that?
Okay, let me ask you again.
Really? No. Did you really make that
I
point?
misunderstood.
Do you
I misunderstood
understand
you,
the
so I'm
point?
going to ask you again.
okay? So if there's no suffering,
What
then it's okay.
makes something right or wrong?
Why didn't you pick a number? Join the queue.
Maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering and everything.
Maximizing happiness of who?
Collective.
Collective. So if collectively people decide, now I'm going to use another example. Collectively people decide, any French people come here with no offense to the French
That's
people.
causing suffering to
Listen,
human beings.
listen.
No, you do not get
You
the
are not
basics.
allowing me to. If people collectively decide to have incest, would you say it's okay?
And they're happy.
And they're
All of
happy
them.
with it?
No suffering. And they use condoms.
Cause suffering.
Yeah, they use condoms.
Yes. I won't have any problem with that.
It'd be okay. So you'd be happy with sleeping with your mother or your father or your
Dude,
brother or
first
your
of all,
sister. Yeah?
first of all, I'm gonna tell you this now.
Yeah, tell me. I'm not dude, my name is Mansur.
Calm down. Right. You asked me if people decided to do that.
Collectively,
would you be
including
okay?
you.
including me. That wasn't the part.
Now I'm
Was
including
that
you.
part of the question?
But would you be happy with
No,
that?
no. It's Maghrib time. Do not lie. Was that part of
Are you
the
going to pray
question?
Maghrib? So why are you worried about the time?
Was that part of the question?
Actually, he said he
Are
doesn't-
you now? Are you?
Oh, hold on, I'm answering. He said in a society, yes, if everyone agrees, because your earlier criteria was,
Did he?
well, I'm
say
answering, you're doing it again.
including me?
Okay, don't ask me if you're going to cut me off.
Did he say including me? Did you say
When we
including
say
me before?
collectively,
Exactly.
Yes.
that did
Well,
not exclude
exactly.
you. Because
If-
the question was,
Let me answer. Let me be clear though.
what are you trying to answer? You
Let me-
already said it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now let me explain.
Yeah, so you're okay to sleep with your mother, your father,
No,
your brother,
you
your sister.
idiot.
And now you're getting,
Why
now you're getting
are you
personal.
calling me idiot?
Because you're not listening to me, and then you.
You were not listening to me earlier, you kept cutting me off.
Said,
Yes.
it's okay.
Then fucking listen to me.
Okay, I think we should stop here, Mansur, because he's doing it deliberately now
You're being
to
triggered
provoke.
for some reason.
No,
you're not
listen to
able
me.
to handle this. You
No,
know what?
listen to
In
me.
your heart, you know it's wrong.
Yes, for me.
Sorry?
For me, I
Why is
choose
it
not
wrong?
to do
Yeah.
it. If other people choose, given they're not causing any.
He's okay with that, he said.
I'm nobody to tell them that's wrong.
But you won't do it yourself.
No, I won't do it for myself.
Why?
Because I think it's wrong.
Why is it wrong?
Because my relationship with my sisters and my mother is different.
Remember, you said
I'm fucking.
the whole idea of right and wrong is
Okay,
based
I
on
think-
maximum happiness. If your mother or your brother, your father, whatever, considers happy,
You know, I think you're saying you don't have to partake in it. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, so, but you
Exactly.
still think that's moral, right?
I'm saying I won't have any.
No, no, I'm
problem
asking
with
you.
that.
Do you still think it's moral?
I'm saying I won't have any problem.
Ali, I'm
with
not
that.
saying for you to
I'm
partake in
saying
it. Hear me
I
out.
can be neutral
Hold on.
and not have any
Hold
problem
on.
with that.
I'm not saying you have to partake in it. All I'm asking is, if you agree with it, does it mean that you think it's moral or immoral?
It's simple
Okay,
as that.
okay, okay.
Simple as
Okay,
that.
I think he considers it immoral. That's why he won't partake in it.
What if your brother or your siblings, they were doing that? Would you be okay with that?
They choose for themselves.
Yeah. If your brother wants to sleep with your mom or your dad, would you be okay with that? Not you.
Honestly. If it's not causing any further suffering,
Yeah, no, condoms, my friend.
I have no problem with it.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue.
You think you've made a point?
No,
No,
he's
I'm not making a point.
he
I
said-
just simply wanted to know on this issue, and that's it. You continue.
and that's the reason. I think so the whole point that Mansur was trying to make here is that your concept of morality and immorality is
No, I'm saying.
You didn't even let me finish. You're doing it all the
Because
time.
you guys-
Shall I call you an idiot now?
Look-
Ali, shall I call you idiot because you didn't let me finish?
No.
Why?
Why? Because you've been doing it all day.
What?
Look at yourself.
And you didn't call me idiot once. Why?
Because you
Okay.
didn't misconstrue my word into bringing my family into
So
it.
why don't you?
Because
Oh,
I-
that was the reason you were angry.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think you should
And
apologize.
I'm perfectly fine to do that.
Okay.
I'm
I don't think he meant it like that. He gave it as an analogy.
Yes, but he didn't
I
listen.
personally don't use people within
Do
the
you
analogy
think it
because
was right or
yes.
wrong?
What I'm saying is that first I want to know whether you consider that act of incest as moral or immoral. Let's start with that. Because
I don't have a position. on it.
you hold on. You said you were okay with it. So you do have a position with
They
it.
choose for themselves.
Of course, I never said you should partake. I'm saying, do you consider that act of other people committing incest as moral or immoral?
Okay. Now, once and for all, this is simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it myself.
I never said you should.
I think it's wrong for me. But
No, no.
and
Why did you use the
other
term wrong? Is it moral or immoral?
Because I choose it for myself.
No, I'm saying, is that?
Because
Oh my God.
it's wrong for me.
Ali, you are not even in the equation. I'm saying other people, when they do
It's
it,
not causing any suffering. Yeah, I have no problem.
what is it? Is it moral?
I have no problem with that.
I know, but is it
I
moral?
have no problem with that.
See, he's avoiding this because he knows it's immoral. He knows it, but he just doesn't have the guts to say it. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Because I don't-
You know why? You know why? This is.
I don't get to
Just
define
like when you
other
go to
people's
Israel,
morality.
you will have no guts to be anti-Semitic.
I have no problem
Okay.
to define.
I think.
position
I
to
think.
define
Look,
other people's
if you don't even understand difference between moral and immoral, and you're going to say it is wrong, when you say something is wrong, then that's immoral already. So you're just using semantics now in order for you to look good in front of the camera, maybe for other atheists. Because at the end of the day, I know for certain atheists do not have a grounding in moral and immorality. That's why you're in this predicament now.
I really do not care.
Of course, you wouldn't care about immorality because you're an atheist. That's what I've been telling you all along. Thank you for agreeing finally.
I don't care,
Good.
care about your concept of it.
Oh, you have a different concept of immorality?
I choose for myself.
What is that? What is that? What is your concept of immorality? You see, this is what happens. They will never acknowledge, at least acknowledge, my
Fucking
friend.
hell, I was here for 2 hours. I answered.
So was I.
everything you
So
throw.
was I.
Yeah, but
And I didn't force you to stand here. You
now
could have walked away
when
anytime.
I asked you to stop, end it now.
You
You
know-
said, oh look, he's running away. He's atheist.
When did I say that? Now he's lying as well.
Come on, it's on.
You know, when you lose an argument, at least be humble enough to say, okay, Hashim, I've had enough. I've heard you. I'm going to go home and think about it. Instead of saying, did I ever say you're running away?
You say, see, now you don't have any point anymore.
So I didn't say you're running away, did I?
You imply it.
When did I imply that?
Now you implied.
Okay, and you know what? Let's leave it there. Because I think you're frustrated. Yes?
Because you guys have been
What is
frustrated.
triggered? He's triggered.
Okay. Why would you stand and talk to someone if you are frustrating for 2 hours? You must be a real idiot if you did that. And you know why? You know why I normally don't call people idiot? But because you called my brother Mansur idiot for no reason,
was
for
an
no
idiot.
reason,
He was
yes,
an idiot
that
in
is the reason. But anyway, look,
He was an
look,
idiot in that case.
all I'm saying is that be sincere with yourself. When you see when you see certain things which are obvious, like there is nothing, never was, never will be, yes, try to acknowledge it. Instead of trying to make yourself look foolish in a way, yes, foolish, yes, by saying that one day we'll know, come to see nothing or know nothing.
Non-existence.
Yes,
existence.
trust me, go and ask any professor in a university or
I
anywhere.
never said that. Are you guys?
It's on
really
camera, my friend.
that?
You cannot deny it.
No, I said it might happen.
See what I mean?
Are
Exactly.
you guys really
All right, let's leave it there. Let's leave it.
completely closed up?
Yeah, be open.
Completely
Actually,
One day you might become a toad or a potato. It's possible. It's possible. You can become a cauliflower. It's possible. One day.
maybe you don't even exist. Okay. Anyway, thanks for your time, Ali, for your 2 hours. I hope we can do it more amicably next time. Okay. Anyway, so Jazak Allah Khair for listening. I mean, I didn't want it to wind down in that way, in a way which I prefer it to end in a more amicable way. So next time we can probably. But when it comes to being stubborn, arrogant, and actually in denial of the most basic things, whether there is objective truth, subjective truth, which even the most staunch atheists will agree with. Yes? Even those people, this guy here is trying to be clever, that if I stand on the fence, yes, I can get away with anything and everything. No, you can't. Because you look entirely and utterly foolish if you start denying reality, if you start denying your own consciousness. Then all these faculties that you have, the very faculties that you have been using to question us and to respond to us and to use refutations and rebuttals, you deny that very thing. In chapter 41, verse 53, Allah clearly says that we will show you your signs in the horizons and within yourself. And this is what these people are denying actually. They will even deny that. So when the clearest signs are shown to them, they will deny it. And he says on the day of judgment, he said it himself, on the day of judgment I will tell Allah, why you cause these people to suffer. Yes, you're not worth your worshipping. Na'udhu billah. If his mouth will be sealed on that day. Yes, his hands, his limbs will speak that day. Yes, the very limbs that he used in this world to commit whatever sins he has done, and that goes for everyone. Yes, will bear witness on the day of judgment. When the reality comes, there's no way he will have the guts to even stand in front of Allah straight, yes, with confidence, let alone say that you cause all this suffering and so on. Okay. Anyway, look, the important thing is that when people say that suffering is a reason that I don't believe in God, they do not understand, yes, that this suffering can be a test. It is a test for the believers. There are many Muslims who suffer. There are many Muslim children who suffer. There are non-Muslims who suffer. We don't deny this. When the tsunami comes, it doesn't check for Muslims and non-Muslims. Indonesia is a majority Muslim country. Why did they have tsunami over there? This is because it is a test. The people who live there, yes, they bore it with patience. And even today, they pray to Allah. They haven't given up believing in Allah after such a calamity. This is the beauty of a believer, that when a calamity falls upon you, you bear it with patience and you say Alhamdulillah. When some goodness comes to you, when you are having some good things or some reward in your life. Yes, when some good news come to you, you say Alhamdulillah that time as well. That is the beauty of the Muslims and the believers. Alhamdulillah. Jazak Allah Khair. These, yeah, sure, please. Yeah, that's fine.
Few things to notice in here. There are people who have, of course, they've made themselves not to believe in Islam or believe in nothing whatsoever. But the problem that we notice is this mentality of superiority complex. The complex of the ego. They think they fare better, they know better, but they somehow think that nothing makes sense to them. So even if you argue with them rationally and logically and reasonably, it doesn't click because they've already made up their mind. So when I was asking earlier on, what would convince you as a compelling evidence, as an evidence that will be satisfactory and convincing that yes, God exists? And the example they provided, and I asked them, okay, suppose this is given, would you 100% agree that's God? They said no. They don't even know what they're asking
Exactly.
for.
What they're looking for. No criteria, nothing.
Yeah, that's the problem. And then they end up questioning and fighting for what they've left. Remember, these people, they haven't just left the believe in a God or believe in Islam. They are trying constantly in a struggle to fight it. They have formed groups and organizations. They come with a group and organization, one helping each other. Like
Ex-Muslim, yes.
Whatever, yeah. And they're on this mission, as if they have the higher upper ground. But once you really scrutinize their belief system, Hashim was pointing to simply about
Nothing.
right and wrong and morality, right? What makes something good or bad, right and wrong. And as you realize, when you grill them, on the surface, it's okay. Homosexuality is okay, bestiality is okay, incest is okay, this is okay, that is okay, right? When you bring their own self into the picture, their own family, you saw the reaction. You saw it yourself. Wind back the video that you're watching and look at the reaction. Zoom in the picture if you're able to, you will see. Because deep in their heart, they know it's immoral. They know it's wrong. They know it's disgusting. They know it's not acceptable. But because they don't have any basis of right and wrong, if you don't talk about their family or themselves, they'll say it's okay, as long as people are happy. So my brother here just hinted to me to talk about the issues about own siblings. You saw the reaction too. So that's what we are saying. People, when they lose their belief in God, what happens? They have no objective standards to assess, to even debate, argue on the concept of right, wrong, good or bad, or even morality, because everything is to them subjective. I ask constantly, what makes things right for you, or whatever I decide. But as you realize, that itself is not being consistent. But the main argument we were talking about, very existence of God. Surprisingly, these two individuals that we spoke to today, they believe in a possibility that yes, one day we will come to this realization that nothingness can make something, that non-existence can bring about existence.
Or they'll see nothing one day.
I mean, this is really, really mind-boggling, people. It tells volumes. You know why? Because the alternative option is really challenging for them. Because if nothingness cannot exist and bring about something, the only option left is there's always something. That universe cannot be that, because it is not a personal agent. It doesn't have a will to bring about change. So you will be left with the concept of a personal agent with will and wisdom and power to bring about this reality. That is the picture of a creator, which they have been running away from. Yeah. That is why this constant struggle. And that is why they know in their heart this will hunt them. It will hunt them in their dreams. They will have nightmares. But that's their choice. If they want to go against God, and it's clear evidence for his existence. We don't have to prove God exists. The evidence is all manifest clearly. You need to have the eyes here and here. Because it is not that your eyes are blind, it's your heart that is blind. Thank you.
Okay, so inshallah, before we finish, just want to say that we are in the last 10 days of Dhul Hajjah. These are very blessed days. The best days, as in the hadith has been described, is the best days during of the year. You know, alhamdulillah, some say even like more than the days in Ramadan. So anyway, alhamdulillah, it's blessed days. So please try to increase in your ibadah, in your dhikr, in your tilawah, the reading of the Quran, praising Allah, saying salawat on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and fasting if you can, inshallah. And try to fast, everyone, if possible, on the Yawm al-Arafah, the day of Arafah. And this, the fasting, as it says in the Quran, it expiates your sins of the past year and the year to come. So inshallah, there's great reward in it. Try your best, and inshallah, make dua for all of us, that Allah make it easy upon the whole of the ummah, in fact, that this pandemic that we are experiencing, it's something that is something which is a test upon us. So please, Allah, do not test us more. Yes, make it easy upon those who are suffering from it, and give the status of martyrs or of shaheed to those people who have passed away from it. And please keep us all in your du'as. Jazak Allah Khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I am so grateful to Allah for having guided me to Islam. Sadly, I am the only Muslim in my family. It hurts me that my parents haven't accepted Islam yet, and I ask Allah to guide them. But it also gives me a special drive to work for the establishment of Islam. I don't want anyone to miss the chance of becoming Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslims are like one body. If you can feel my pain, would you please help me relieve it? You are now my new family. Click the link and donate to establish this masjid and share in the reward for the message of Islam reaching the corners of Norway.